So I did wake up this morning and scroll Twitter, but this is a story that I've known about for a couple of days. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it, but all the shit that I'm seeing on Twitter, I feel like I need to talk about this. So there is an OnlyFans girl by the name of Lily Phillips who decided to sleep with 100 men in one day. You can't even make this shit up. This is real life right now. This is what the internet has done to people. Everybody wants clicks and views, and she's like, you know what? If I sleep with 100 guys, I'm going to get that. And so that's exactly what she did, except the response from people on Twitter is not at all what I expected. But before we dive into those tweets, I want to show you guys a clip from the moment after she was finished.
It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard.
But
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Just take
Yeah, 1 minute. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the, I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know? But yeah. I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet. God, I won't forget this day, Jesus.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
So watching that, I can understand why some people might feel a certain type of way. Like, she's emotional, she's crying a little bit, she's been through some shit, literally. Like, that's a crazy experience to have. But it is a choice that she made herself. So I don't understand why everyone is trying to put her up like this big victim, and they're going to throw all the shade at the men. Now, don't get me wrong. Any man that's willing to do that, you a degenerate. I would never in a million years do that. And I love sex. I love women. I want to taste all the flavors of the rainbow. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to be guy number 78 jumping inside of some box 1 minute after somebody else did. That's crazy to me. So these guys are weirdos. I don't deny that at all. But there is some crazy shit being said about them. So this is a post that I actually retweeted myself because it blew my mind when I came across it. But Julie apparently thinks that any man involved in the torture of this woman should be locked up. So apparently answering a casting call that was set up by the woman herself. And I'm hearing that her mom might even be her manager, which is a whole nother crazy story in itself. But going to that casting call means that you are complicit in torturing a woman, even though she is the one that set the whole thing up. She organized it. This is what she wanted to do. And then we got Caroline coming in responding underneath that tweet saying, it makes me angry that the men all have their anonymity and yet she will never be able to escape it. And you're right, she probably won't be able to escape it, but neither will a lot of the women that do OnlyFans and have their pictures plastered all over the internet. That is a choice that you have decided to make. How you put this on men is crazy. Listen, there's a lot of times where us as guys, we're really weird. And I agree that every single guy that decided to go to that shoot is weird. But to put it on them and make her out to be this victim who's being tortured and shit, it just makes no sense. I feel like this was the perfect thing to have happened to show us who the crazy, crazy feminists are. And I'm not even saying feminism is bad, because the old school feminism was dope. It was good. It did a lot of good things for women, and I fully back it. But this new age 2024 feminism, this shit hit different. And then the craziest of all the tweets was somebody named Danny. And I don't know if they were just being facetious or what, but they said, I think every man involved in that Lily Phillips thing should die. That is crazy to me. You want every man involved in it to die because she signed them up for it. She told them that she wanted to do this. She did a casting call, picked out men, tested them, and then brought them on to have sex with her, and it's their fault. They should die. That's insanity. I'm sorry, but some of you people are just as weird as the guys that decided to go to the shoot. Now, aside from that, there has been some rumors where people are saying that she picked up an STD, but she actually posted like an hour before I started to record this video. And as far as I can tell, it looks like she hasn't contracted any STDs. The only two things that are in question for me is herpes, because I don't believe that it shows up in many tests unless there is an outbreak. I want to say in like 30 to 50% of cases, you might be able to test for it in other ways, but usually there needs to be an outbreak. And unless something is changed with HIV, I was under the understanding that it doesn't initially show up on a test, and it may take months until it does, and then years before you ever get any symptoms. All that aside though, hopefully she is clean. I don't wish anything bad on her. I don't think this was a great choice, but I don't like look at her in any type of way because she did it. The same as I don't look at the men for participating in something they were invited to. It just seems really odd to me. But her thoughts on how you contract HIV is a little bit concerning. I don't know if this was clickbait on her part or if this is actually what she thinks.
So you would let like these guys do that on your face?
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? With spunk in the mouth?
It can.
Oh, really? See, I've never really thought about that. Last time when I did it, that all of them could in their mouths. I can't really explain it. I get like serotonin, like from when people are like, oh my God, you're that on the internet. Sounds crazy.
I know, and I know you're saying that to me right here, but I don't believe that.
Really?
No.
So I'm thinking a little health education might be in line for her. And I couldn't make out everything she said there, but she talked about getting some kind of serotonin boost. And it made it seem like she enjoys this whole thought of 100 guys having sex with her. So it's even more reason why it's odd to me that people are trying to throw all the men under the bus. I even found another clip where she said that she loves her job and she's able to do what she loves and make money. And what's wrong with that?
I want to be the first person to be with 1,000 guys in one day. So I started doing porn a year ago now. Honestly, it's changed my life, like to do with just how I feel about myself. I'm doing what I love and what I enjoy and making a career out of it. So what's wrong with that?
It's just kind of funny to me that people can see all of these clips and they're still like, all the men should die. They're horrible people. They tortured this woman. And it's like, she loves what she does. She said it herself. She set up and organized this whole thing. She's enjoying it. And if she wasn't, she wouldn't suddenly be trying to do it with 1,000 guys too.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm gonna go for 1,000.
So at this point, I don't feel like there's anything to talk about. I get where people are coming from. They want to get mad. They always want something to be mad about on Twitter. And some women have attached to this and they're like, yo, these men, it's all the men's fault. And it's like, you're being really goofy about this. She wants this. She's saying she enjoys it. She's saying she gets to do what she loves. She said she gets a serotonin boost. Like there's no negatives on her part that she's claiming. Now, do I think there's negatives? Of course. I don't think that this is smart or good at all, but she is a grown adult with the capacity to make a decision. And she has made a decision. So at this point, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Let's stop hanging on some of the dumbest shit and just trying to find a way to hate on men. Like there's enough reasons to hate us. We do a lot of dumb shit. I get it. Point out the stuff that makes sense. Don't point out something like this that was set up by the woman and she's enjoying it. That's stupidity. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.